Anyway, I haven't been on in quite some time for many reasons. Been dealing with a lot of adversity this year in the garden and homesteading in general. Um, I don't want to get into the reasons, just know I've been aggravated, frustrated, betrayed, and more. That being said, I'm still trudging through. Late on some things this year, but I've been achieving a nice harvest. You know that I do a great deal of permaculture and biodiversity planting, which has been serving us very well. With the permaculture, I've been adding more perennials every year, and that has made my life so much easier and so much more comfortable. And especially this year, the proof was in the pudding. I was very late. There were so many things going on with the family and my toddler and my mother, who is elderly. And I was very late in planting to the point where it was so late. So also, I couldn't get into my greenhouse. That's really what happened. I couldn't get in my greenhouse till April. It was such a hard winter here in Zone 6, Niagara, Canada. My greenhouse door was frozen solid until beginning of April, which is bananas. Usually, come end of February, I'm in my greenhouse starting tons of seed trays and making things happen and having plants ready to put in the ground May 2-4 weekend. That being said, not one seed tray was started this year, which was very nerve-wracking for me because I like the comfort in knowing I have those plants, they're ready to go, I'm prepared, I'm on it, the whole 9 yards. Not only that, I also sell some plants. This year, nada. So what I had to rely on was my past work, my belief in my system of permaculture and planting perennially and in a biodiverse way. That being said, we had food coming up out of the ground with perennial plants starting early, like March. We had things to eat already. I mean, it's not going to sustain you completely, not yet, not on my property, but it will. And we did a really good job of harvesting all the things that were coming up, the things that I planted that maybe I usually, might leave in the ground and not harvest. This year we harvested and we lived on it and it was great. So the proof was in the pudding. This works. Even if you have crazy stuff happen in your life, I keep telling my family that, say something ever happened to me, you know damn well you can go out there and get food as soon as spring hits, and don't have to plant. So that's really comforting for everyone, mostly me. That's comforting to me. So I have been steady planting through the summer, though. We had a very hot summer. Seems to me, looks like our frost date is October 21st this year, according to the Farmer's Almanac in my zone, where I'm located. That being said, it's been a very strange year. Very, very hot, lots of heat warnings, lots of excessive heat, not a lot of rain. Then all of a sudden we'll get days of rain, then nothing for some time. We happen to be getting rain right now. It's cooling down. It's the end of summer. Most people are done gardening. They're pulling everything out. They're cleaning up for fall. I'm still going because I have a whole fall and winter crop situation going on. I have the hoop house I want to get ready, and I'm going to be growing stuff in my greenhouse over the winter as well. So I'm right in the thick of planting still, and I've been successive planting. I'm still planting. Today I am putting in the rain, I'm putting in sets of onions, which will sustain us through the fall and winter. And also if they go to seed, etc., then I'll already have seeds in the ground. They'll already be started in the spring, and I won't have to do any work. A lot of people don't realize that anything that's perennial like that, anything that seeds, that overwinters, you can plant at any time. You can plant in the spring, the summer, the fall. People get really caught up in when to plant garlic, when to plant onions. Buddy, put them in the ground. Just get them in the ground. It's better to get them in the ground. They're going to grow when they grow. Nature takes its course. You don't have to worry about it. You're really just the facilitator. You're just like the middleman. They know what to do. I've stopped this year especially. I'm right in the middle of the rain. I've stopped especially fighting things like my lettuce and my, you know, herbs and whatnot and spinach and what that goes to seed, and it starts bolting. Everyone starts freaking out, and you start cutting off the stems so they don't bolt. That plant knows something you don't. And what's great about leaving them, if they start to bolt, then they bolt. Leave them, let them seed. They're going to seed themselves for a late summer or fall harvest, and you don't have to do anything. Like, we're fighting nature for no reason. It knows what to do. Just get it in the ground and let her rip. Harvest when it's available, and if it's seeding, let it go. Or collect the seeds so that you have another successive planting. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Do you guys have rain out there today? So yes, that's one thing. Stop fighting nature. It knows what it's doing way better than you do. Just saying. We don't like to be told what to do. Don't tell your plants what to do. That being said, I have a 4-year-old, and she like mixed up all of my seeds I had on the counter, drying and ready in the spring. And I was so frustrated. I didn't know what they were anymore. They weren't labeled. They were just all over. And I just took my handfuls of seeds on the counter in a little bit of a fit and threw them into the garden. And I had some of the best growing season that I've ever had. Sorry, I think someone might be here. Best growing season I've ever had. Those plants got in the ground. I didn't even plant them. Usually, and it was a lot of squash seeds and pepper seeds and tomato seeds and stuff like that. They're competing and they're doing well. They are competing in such a way that everything's thriving, okay? I've had better squashes and pumpkins than I've ever had in my life, even when I baby them, plant them, take care of them, and then they die and wither and don't work. These guys, I must have, gosh, like 24 beach ball sized pumpkins that I didn't even try for. I literally just threw them in the ground, like on the ground, not even planting. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to get under a tree and hopefully we don't get disconnected again. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Mulch, tons of mulch this year. I had an arborist drop mulch in my driveway, which, much to the chagrin of my neighbors who have been complaining about my mulch, somehow it's their business. But I've been mulching, and since I don't garden like they do, a lot of the neighbors just have lawns and basic flowers and stuff like that. I know they don't understand this, and that's fine. They don't have to. But I'm growing food to provide for my family. I need to grow enough food to last the winter. Yes, someone is here. So I've been mulching to make sure that my garden is not only nourished, but I haven't hardly watered at all. And it's been a very dry summer. I've hardly had to water. It's so expensive to water now. And it nourishes the soil, it builds up the soil, and it keeps all the weeds from all my neighboring people who have tons of weeds in their lawn away from my garden. I have had way less weeds than I've ever had. Anyways, I think I have to open the door, so someone's here. But I wanted to pop in. Haven't seen you in a while. I've been very discouraged to come out here, to be honest, because of my surroundings here. This used to be my favorite location to be. Hi, honey. How are you? Yeah, it's raining. I love the rain. I'm gardening in the rain. That's my favorite way to do it. Plus, the seeds just get a kickstart, right? So, yeah, I haven't been wanting to come out here, but I'm out here fighting for it. Okay, so I'm back. I got to tell you guys what to do for fall and winter, because you need to have some food still going. There's still tons of time to get a lot of things into the ground. Skills, I love you, by the way. So yeah, I look a hot mess because I've been out here for a couple of hours this morning and I'm soaked like a wet dog. So I'm going to go in the house. It's getting a little cooler, and that's great because my cool season stuff, beans and peas, they love this cool weather. The leafy greens, the arugula, the spinaches, radishes, All these things love the cooler weather. So they have not wanted, you don't want to plant them in the middle of the summer. It's not the time to do it. It's a bad time to plant those kind of things. They're not going to do well, and they will bolt, and they'll go to seed so that they can start now. They'll seed and they know when to come up. So you can always do it if you want to, and they'll do it themselves, or you can wait till now. So things like beets and all those root crops, beets, short-term carrots, turnips, endive, leafy greens, mustards, tatsoys, bok choys, hardy lettuces, celery, celery root, parsley, more parsley, dill likes this type of weather. Cilantro won't bolt and will be happy in this weather. Now's the time to get so many things in the ground. Don't waste this season. There's so many things to grow still. Anyways, I'm going to go in. I got to go in. Be a champion in your garden. Work hard, y'all. Grow your own food. Okay? Even if other people don't get it, do it because you have to do it. Okay? It's better for you. Better for everyone. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye, Skills. Love ya. Talk to you soon.